Hello and welcome to Golden Droplets. It's a web chat that I will be recording as frequently as I can, where I'm going to be showing the different software that I use in my current work and applications, application not only in my computer but also in my iPhone. So today we will start with the basics, and we will start with how I organize my computer. So I'm going to share my screen. So the first thing that you must know is that you have here the possibility of creating different desktops for different work that you do. For example, I have here several different desktops, okay? So that's one thing that you should use. If you're going to be working on planning your work or writing a report, etc., I suggest you go to a specific desktop. And if you're just checking your email, you know, the normal thing that you do during the day, then select a different one. That will help you like switch your attention. The other thing that I want to show you here is that I have like 5 different browsers, which are Chrome, Opera, Brave, Vivaldi, and the latest one is Firefox. The reason I have different browsers is that I visit different web page on each of these browsers. Again, that helps me to concentrate in my task. The one that I use the most, and I'm almost sure that everybody uses the most, is Google Chrome. In Google Chrome, I do have a program called Toggle, Toggle.com, which allows me to check the activity and keep a record of what I'm doing, where I am doing it, etc., etc. The next one is Google Calendar. Again, very useful software to organize my work. For example, today I have a coffee meeting with my good friends from Whatcliff and McWood, and it will announce me 30 minutes ago, 30 minutes before that I have this meeting. Again, the next one is, of course, Gmail, and everybody knows how to use Gmail. The only thing I will mention is that I have a very, very, very large amount of applications that I use with Google Gmail. And this is why Google, although is my preferable browser, I only use I connect to Google browser every half an hour or an hour, or sometimes every couple of hours, because it takes too much memory from my computer to keep all these applications open. Another one that is very useful is Google Keep. This is what I mean, that it takes so much memory that it takes a little time to switch from one to another. Google Keep is an excellent tool, and I strongly recommend you. You keep here all it's like a bookmark, but better organized. You can pin certain sites that you go and visit most of the time, and you can get links to almost anything. So this is a very useful way of keeping a record. By the way, today I'm just showing you the different software. I will go into details on the usefulness on how to organize each of them. So the next one is a very useful tool that I use. Is called Hootsuite. And it allows me to organize all the potential deals that I have, to keep a record for each deal. For example, again, I will explain every one of these things in detail, but it shows in a glance where are my next projects, what is the status of this project, which I won, which I lose, why, and for each project you get a record of all the emails, all the transactions, everything. It's a wonderful site to have. And of course, I will show you that I have here Dropbox, and there are several other ways to deal with collecting information, but Dropbox is one of the most useful. Next, I have and I'm jumping not in a particular order, Vivaldi. And Vivaldi is a site that I use for encryption only. It uses not Bitcoin, but blockchain technology, and it allows you to have all the types of programs, from calendars to writing mechanism, etc. Everything is in blockchain technology, so it's completely safe. So if you have some software that you really want to have it in more discrete environment, I have a calendar, I have a page, I have a timesheet, I have notes, and I even have a similar thing to Dropbox, but much more secure. So this was Vivaldi. That's how I use Vivaldi for. Then I use Opera. Opera is a wonderful software. It's very rapid. It provides you with VPN included as part of the browser, so it really helps you to protect your signature, your website. So you have things here that you really want to have protected. This is the best place to put it. For example, I do have my Hootsuite and my Bufferplot Publisher, which is the two tools that I use to post blogs and stuff like that on the internet. I also use Opera for my for my LinkedIn account. I use it for my Facebook account, for my Twitter, and Instagram. So, and my Slack too. So all this communication and data sharing thing, I use it with Opera because of the VPN protection. Then the one that I use when I'm planning to write something or a blog or I'm doing an investigation will be Brave. Brave is very fast. It's one of the new browsers, and I have here a series of pages that everything that I do when I am working on paper, or planning a PowerPoint, or planning whatever, all the sources that I need, like for example, like folder or different types of spell checkers and different ways to organize the printing, the writing and the editing process, up to where to publish them, like in OSF, which is my main system of writing my papers, and you log in using your ORCID or ORCID. I made a presentation about this a few days ago. Then you have places like the Geochemical Association, where I publish sometimes or do my review. You have Publons, a very useful site where you get all your records. It's like your place where all your papers will be published and managed. Kudos, I did also a little presentation about this. Kudo not only keeps a record of all your papers and keeps a record of how many times they have been viewed, etc. They have this new section called New Projects, which I did a small video on it too, on how to create a project. Maybe we will come here later to do more of this thing. You have sites like Mendeley Data, where you can put and save your data, your raw data. And there are several places like that, like SSRN, Scopus, Elsevier, and many others. And then I will finish with the latest version of Firefox. It's called Quantum Firefox. It claims to be absolutely fast. It also uses a VPN protection. So I basically use Firefox for heavy-duty websites like Wikipedia or YouTube, etc. And as I said, I was an early adopter of Firefox, but then I switched to Chrome. I really prefer Chrome for many reasons, but I'm exploring again Firefox to see how it will work. So basically, these are the 5 browsers that I am using, which I recommend you to do. To summarize, it is good to have different browsers so you can concentrate on the tasks that you're doing and don't get distracted. For example, if you're typing and you have your Gmail account in the same browser and an email will come in, you will stop writing and you will go and check your email, and that's not very productive. So again, I hope this was of interest. I will be publishing these web chats with, I don't know, probably every Friday or something like that. You can subscribe to my links channel here. And again, thank you for your attention. The name is Ricardo Valls. My email is valls, VALLS, VG @gmail.com. Thank you and have a great day.